Hi, everyone. If there's one area that causes the most confusion, stress, and frankly, a lot of mistakes in most people's mortgage businesses, it's compliance. So, as loan officers, we rarely are taught the operational processes, procedures, responsibilities that come with being a business owner in the mortgage industry. Maybe you work for someone who didn't know these processes themselves or weren't doing them correctly. The most you might know before owning your business is that some things need to be saved in the mortgage files. That's why I'm recording this video. So whether you're just starting your brokerage or you've been running one for a while, this video will give you a better understanding of your compliance responsibilities as a mortgage broker owner. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name's Megan Marsh. I'm a 20-year veteran in the mortgage industry and an advocate for loan officers who want to think bigger, bet on themselves as entrepreneurs, and streamline their business systems with our company's mortgage broker franchise and mortgage broker concierge. So grab a time with me with the link in the description if you want to dig further into compliance after watching this video. And if you're watching this video to learn compliance, grab a pen and paper because you're going to need it. This is one of the most important topics we'll cover, and it's one you can't afford to ignore. Let's get real for a second. Most of you know you need compliance in your brokerage, but you're really not sure how it should look or what it needs to include. And if you're already paying a compliance company, you might think you're covered, but I'm willing to bet you still have some major gaps. I'll be honest with you. If your brokerage is under 3-4 years old, chances are you don't have everything in place. If you're anything like me, you probably don't have a compliance plan in place. When I got picked for my first audit, I was Googling the things we needed. I hate even saying that, and it's not just about avoiding fines here too. Although it's a big deal, it's about running a professional business that's run the right way. That's why I'm going to walk you through our company compliance program. And I can't show you every single document or policy, but I'll give you the key concepts and some actionable steps to get started on. I break mortgage compliance up into a couple different areas. So as a mortgage business owner, you have this overarching compliance responsibilities. And after navigating about 10 audits myself, I've identified these core areas. The first one is management oversight. So at the start of the year and in your company's board minutes that you should have quarterly, you need to discuss and make a decision on your compliance plan and protocols. Determine and document who your compliance officers are. They want you to designate the compliance officer, the person doing quality control, outline what compliance assessments will be followed, determine what and who files and makes certain actions. You want to make sure and identify who does your independent audit. And this is your annual policy and officer appointment. That's what it's called. And it should be someone that's removed from the risk of violating compliance, like a loan officer who's making money off closing a deal. And it needs to be somebody who will put plans in place and address violations, that will record customer complaints. And you want to put this in your quarterly minutes for your company. Now, your assessments was something that I missed, and assessments are done on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly basis. An example of this is your mortgage origination quality control assessment. You've got your compensation process. You want to make sure you have an attorney write up your compliance assessments unless you're plugged into a company or system that provides them to you. This is one of the areas I really wasn't sure about. You need to have a schedule for regular assessments to be completed and that things are being reviewed and looked at. This means that when you get picked for an audit, you can show an examiner the things you're doing on an ongoing basis and what the schedule is that you're following. It's going to tell them things like, do you spot check files every month? How many? Are you completing the assessments that each state wants? Now, we have 9 assessments we do, and I will pull one up on the screen here if you wait till the end. An example of a yearly one is our fair lending compliance self-assessment. Then we have closed loan file, checklists and assessments, the customer complaint log, and the process that we follow. Now let's go over to education. So you need to make sure all loan officers complete their mandatory NMLS training, but also there's the AML, BSA, and fair lending. So you need to keep good records of this because the auditor will ask for every licensed loan officer's continuing ed, and compliance education. And then last on the list is your advertising compliance. Advertising is a big area for examiners. Everything you publish, whether it's on social media, your website, and emails, they must comply with regulations. And they will ask you for your advertising as well as the links to your online accounts. Make sure all the materials clearly display your licensed information, have required disclaimers. You want to save these things because when you get picked for an audit, you don't want to have that moment. To avoid this, doing all of these things and keeping it in an organized manner, either digitally or physically. I hope you do it digitally. Make sure you're doing these things so you can just very easily hand over a nice binder. Because my first audit, I worked literally from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. going back and backtracking on all the things that I didn't do in my business that I neglected. So now's the time to act. Book a call with me or my team, and let's talk about how we can help you avoid costly mistakes when it comes to compliance so you can focus on the growth of your business. Like I said, I know compliance isn't the most exciting part about owning a brokerage, but it's the most important. So by taking these steps, you're not only going to protect your business, but you're going to build a stronger, more sustainable business. Hopefully you found this helpful. And if you have questions, please leave them in the comments. Don't forget to either book a call, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.